Dear everyone, this topic is about karma theory. And in this, I'll be speaking on how our own deeds create effects or consequences that keep us bondaged to repeated lives and deaths. Also, let's know how realizing the truth will neutralize our karmas. You know why we are actually born? Our birth happens just because we carry a baggage of past karmas called as sanskaras. Karmas means any kind or all kinds of desires. See, even the desire of knowing God or even the desire of going to heaven after death, everything is a karma. And because of all those desires, we are born to relive them. See, our body is a karmic body, or it's also called as causal body. It is this body that which is the cause of life. So every time we are born, we come here to shed all those baggages of samskaras that we have accumulated as karmas in this sansara, that is in this world. We have to leave these karmas right here, that is in this material world itself, wherefrom we have gathered them. Just like Purandarasa's song that says, Kereya Neerannu Kerege Chelli. We have to leave our karmas right here, wherefrom we have gathered them. We are not allowed to carry our sanskaras into our afterlife because our inner soul, which is so light as feather, see, feather here is just a comparison, as even feather has mass, but the soul has no mass at all. But the soul being so light, it is surrounded by the mass of the dark karmas around it. And mass, as we know, is not allowed to enter into the ethereal world. Our baggage of karma is so heavy with matter that it cannot enter into the immaterial world. Karma is heavy because karma is a material thing. See, matter means something that has substance, that has weight. And we know that thoughts are also matter, just as things are. And it is because of our thoughts and our actions that we are gathering the karmas. So our thoughts and actions form as karmic impressions and they become heavy as matter. So we have to throw matter wherefrom we have collected them. We have accumulated them in this material world and we have to leave them here. See, after death, because we cannot carry a body into the afterworld, we have to leave our body over here. We have to shed it right here. But we know that apart from this seen body, we have also 6 more different unseen layers of matter inside this physical body. These unseen layers of body are also part of the matter body. But knowingly or unknowingly, we have assimilated as inputs or karmic impressions in this matter body. So we are bound to leave them right here in this material world wherefrom we have gathered them. Our karmas are mainly of 3 types. One is prarabdha karma, that is the karmas of our own past deeds. It is those actions or karmas that we have done in our past lives. And now we cannot change them, but it is already done. What has been already done can only be dusted by accepting it and living it without any complaints. See, it is anyhow our fate, and fate has to be accepted and experienced without escaping from it or grumbling about it. The next is akame karma. Akame karma means it is that karma that we keep doing day in and day out. That is, it is those karmas that we are creating for ourselves in our current situations. It's like all that we think about presently. All our daily actions, how we react to our day-to-day situations, how we make decisions, our thoughts, all these account to our present akame karma. And the third karma is sanchita karma. Sanchita karma is also about our past karmas, but this karma seems too quizzical and too entangled because it holds such massive amount of impressions of all the imprints of the entire universe inside us. Now this seems too complicated to get rid of it. But not to worry. To every problem, there is always a solution. So keep listening. I'll talk about solutions in the end. See, every single cell and every atom in our body, it holds the imprints of the entire universe, which means that every cell in our body is a miniature universe. We have all the information, all the memory, all the karmas which account to from the single-celled organisms, the memory of even the inanimate substances, to the 5 senses plants and animals, up to the 6th sense human beings. So every tiny bit of information is imprinted inside every cell of a body. So this means that I am not just me. I am a sum total of all the inanimate and animate life forms in me. See, until recently, science was searching for the secret of life. That is, why we were born, or the secret of life somewhere outside in the vast universe. They were searching, science was searching for this somewhere outside in the vast universe. But it was such an impossible search, and it will always remain an impossible search, because in whatever way science exceeds, still science cannot go out of this universe and see if some other distant universe is still existing out there, because even the nearest galaxy is at least 25,000 light years away. It is such an impossible reach. But now, due to our ancient sages and their incredible work inscribed in the scriptures, scientists have been digging inside human cells to unfold the secrets of life. And they are so surprised to see an entire universe inside a single cell. So why not we rightly call our ancient sages as spiritual scientists? They truly are the greatest knowledgeable spiritual scientists ever. Now, all this immense information of imprints in our body and mind is what is called as Sanchita Karma. Now, don't consider this huge baggage of Prarabdha, Akamya and Sanchita Karmas as a big mess. Like we consider dust as something waste, so messy, but it is because of dust rainfall happens. See, the droplets of water collect around the dust particles, they form clouds and then they rain on earth. Also, our earth would be in pitch darkness without dust. So it is the dust particles that refract sunlight and allow us to see light. So don't consider karmas as some huge waste. It is because of this waste that you and me are existing on this planet. And through this waste called karmas, we have to liberate ourselves. So firstly, we have to rightly understand them. Let's understand that they are not an entanglement at all, or they are not a bandhana or a bondage. They are true liberators. See, the caterpillar binds itself in its own cocoon, but it seems to be a bondage. But as soon as it thrives hard and comes out of its cocoon, it starts to grow wings and it flies to the sky. So, use karma to liberate you and not to bind you. But for this, you have to first understand that there is always an effect to every cause. See, this cause and effect chain is always linked, whether closer or farther. Every time it is always linked. See, as we know that every thought of ours, every action of ours is getting imprinted in every layer of our body, then it means that these imprints confirmly will show their effects sooner or later. See, if they are good, then good comes back to you. And if they are bad, then bad surely comes back to you. When there is a cause, there is confirmly an effect to it. Whatever you sow, so will you reap. Here, thoughts and actions doesn't mean that we are just active physically. Apart from physical activities, we are also active mentally. We are also active emotionally and even active through our inner energies. So all these imprints of the body, mind and soul, they create effects that come back as return gifts to us. Like if you hurt somebody physically or mentally, it will for sure come back to you sooner or later. And if you somehow try to escape from its early impact, it comes back to you in a multiplied proportion. If at all you give love to others, then surely love comes back to you. See, actually the persons in our life, be it our spouse, be it our children, our relatives, our friends, anybody and everybody, whomever we encounter in our lives, everyone are actually trying to remove our karmas. Only some are trying to remove it by using painful methods, and some by pleasing methods. But knowingly or unknowingly, we are increasing our karmas by keep on blaming on them, by keep on blaming on the inflictor of the bad karma. See, if the other person is triggering my anger, then he is actually helping me to bring out my anger on the surface that was kept suppressed in some deeper layer of my mind. But what we usually do is, instead of thanking the person who brought out my anger, or to be grateful for being responsible for my outburst, we keep on thinking more and more negative on that person, and we start engraving more and more deeper scars of hatred, which in turn accounts to our already existing baggage of karmas. Now, we know that karma is full of darkness, and darkness, it cannot withstand light. What I mean to say here is, however heavy or however dark your karma is, even if you were the most sinful person, still, in the presence of light, darkness simply disappears. So what does light mean here means? Light means right understanding. Light here means living with awareness of the true self. Light means meditation. So do meditation. Light means truth. See, darkness has no density at all. Even yawns old darkness too will disappear in the presence of light. So in the presence of your awareness of life, any form of karma, any form of darkness will simply disappear. So bring awareness and disperse out your karmas. And thank you now for listening.